Hey, the Baby Time show is coming up. It's this weekend, so if you want to check it out, it's at the International Center. And all things baby and birth and anything you need to know baby-wise will be there for you. And so we've got one of the experts that will be speaking at the Baby Time show, pregnancy and birth expert, Christy Clements. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You're a doula.
I am.
And there might be people who are still unfamiliar with what a doula is and does, different from a midwife, right?
Absolutely. I like to say that I don't do the catching. I do all the other stuff. So no medical responsibilities here. I get to do all the emotional and physical support.
Which is important.
Oh,
it's
so
a critical point.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you want to become a doula?
It's needed. People are feeling really anxious and nervous and scared. There's so much information out there, but you don't know how to wade through it. So having a guide, there's coaches for everything right now. So why not have a coach for the most important day of your whole life?
And it must take some of the pressure off the husbands too, who probably feel a little overwhelmed, not knowing how to meet the emotional needs of their pregnant partner, right?
I like to work with partners and allow them to be more involved because they have the tools. They know what to do.
Well, you're going to be speaking every day at the Baby Time show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
12 o'clock. So check her out. You'll learn so much. And you help people with information regarding their birth, but also beyond, right?
Yes. So I meet with my clients usually within the first week or two. And one of the main things that I hear a lot is sleep or lack of sleep. So there's three sort of things that I like to talk about with my clients. The first is proper feedings. So babies have small tummies and they need to eat frequently. The challenge is that they tend to get into habits of snacking and nursing more frequently. They're going to be up more often. So what I like to say is take off all their clothes. An uncomfortable baby is probably going to be more alert and they'll nurse better.
Really?
Too comfortable, they're going to fall asleep. So many of my clients, and maybe yourself, you experience at the breast, couple of minutes, asleep. So taking off the clothes, making them more uncomfortable, doing compressions, so massaging the breast, squirts milk in their mouth. So they start to fall asleep.
That would wake them up.
And they get this jolt of, oh yes, that's what I was doing. The other thing that I like to say too is change the baby in between sides. So you would think, change the diaper before you start. But a lot of babies, they're hungry. They just want to nurse. So do one side, burp and change the baby, then do the other side.
Again, it keeps them awake.
Cold, wet wipe on the bum.
Oh,
yep.
Look at you. You're a taskmaster, aren't you?
Thank you.
But it will cause the baby to feed longer,
yes,
get a more satisfying feed.
Absolutely.
And then they will go to sleep.
That's the hope.
Okay.
That's the hope.
I get it. I get it. Especially during the night. You've got to have your rest.
Yeah. Yeah. So another big thing that I like to talk about is routines. So you think, what is a routine with a little baby? Why would I even bother? But I just explained to you a routine. One side, burp change, other side is a routine. So babies start to know, yes, I'm getting changed, but I still get more. So I don't have to be upset. Sleep routines can be helpful too. So doing the same things each time, not a schedule and timing, but just an order of things. And babies start to get to know what that is. So you could go into the room that they're going to sleep, turn on the light, turn on the white noise. Then you can swaddle the baby, turn off the light, cuddle till baby's asleep, and then put baby down. As baby gets older, that's when you can start putting them down sooner and sooner.
And letting themselves fall asleep.
Trying to learn, yes, and getting help if you need it.
Yeah, I remember those nights, rocking the crib,
yeah,
and I'm half asleep, and then having to like hide so that, and then somehow crawl out unnoticed. It never works.
And God forbid you have a creaky floor.
Or creaky bones, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So getting a routine down that works, I'm with you. And what's the third?
The biggest thing that I find helpful is recreating the environment in the womb. So in the womb, it was dark, it was warm, it was tight, and it was noisy. You wouldn't think that, but even at night, mom's heart is beating, there's digestive noises, and there's swooshing of water. So tons of my clients will say, baby sleeps great in the day, not so much at night.
They sleep great at parties. Take them to a loud New Year's party. They sleep like a dream.
For sure, because the noise is soothing to them. White noise is a really great tool that parents can use to help keep that constant noise in the background. There's these products out there, they have timers. So these aren't really helpful. Baby just gets into that deep sleep, comes out of the light sleep, and they don't hear anything, and so they wake up. So something that's continuous can be really helpful. Download something onto your iPhone if you need to.
The crashing waves, or a heartbeat, or just something that's consistent. A fan. Can you put a fan on?
Yeah, it can be very helpful.
All right.
Another thing that helps recreate that environment is swaddling. So my clients will say, baby's being held, will sleep for hours. Put baby down, instantly awake. They have this sense. But what it is they don't feel that security of being held. So when you're swaddling, what happens is they feel that feeling of being held, that feeling of comfort of being in the womb.
And you're going to show us
longer.
how to do it properly, right?
Well, a lot of my clients will say babies get their arms in the way and they loosen the swaddle even before parents can put the baby down. So one thing that was shown to me years ago by a fellow doula is what we call the Houdini hold.
All right.
Okay, so what we do is we use 2 blankets, one sort of larger blanket, these muslin ones are great, and then the old school receiving blankets, yes. The first one we use to secure the arms. So wrap around the baby and tuck underneath the body. Do the other side. Thank you. And then you can twist the 2 together. Important, though, to make sure that the baby's arms are beside the body and not behind.
Gotcha.
So once you've done that, now you don't have arms that you need to deal with that are getting in the way. You can go ahead and swaddle, tucking underneath the back, leaving the hips loose. So one of the things that's going around right now about swaddling is hip dysplasia. So we want to leave the hips loose, but swaddling the body tight. So grab close to the body and pull so that you can wrap around. And there you have your beautiful baby that looks like it's in a cocoon.
Very soothing. I've heard it said that the first 3 months, really, in a perfect world, they'd stay in another 3 months.
Yeah, they say the 4th trimester.
You'd never get them out. So they have to come out, but by recreating the womb, they get the comfort that they still actually really want.
Yeah. Just a couple of things to keep in mind, though, with the swaddle. Especially with this particular technique, you don't have to have lots of layers on the baby, because this is 2 blankets. So when I was saying take the baby's clothes off, that can be a pain in the butt once you've got this baby nice and relaxed after feeding, and now you're worried about swaddling. You don't have to put clothes on. Depending on the temperature of the room, you can swaddle in just the 2 blankets or just a onesie. So that can be great. And then you don't have to worry about overheating and the challenges that can increase with that.
So you could leave them and go shopping, right? I'm kidding!
Probably not, no.
So check you out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, noon. You're going to be on which stage?
I'm on the expert stage, and I'm talking about all the things you need to know about pregnancy, birth, and postpartum that no one tells you.
We've got passes to the Baby Time show. We've got, look at these, a bunch of them. So to enter, go to Daytime Toronto at rogerstv.com, and in the subject line, put Baby Time. For all the giveaway rules, you can always go to rogerstv.com. And for more information on the baby show, go to babytimeshows.ca, and it's all there for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great advice.